Okay.
Okay, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today is April 13th, 2020. Can I have a roll call, please?
Missouri. Basil.
Here.
Whaling.
Here.
Caperos.
Here.
Meyer. Meyer. Electronically. Kraus.
Here.
Okay, we have the minutes from March 9th first. Are there any changes to that? If not, is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made. Is there a second? There's a second. Any questions? Roll call.
Basil.
Here.
Whaling.
Yes.
Whaling.
Yes.
Caperos.
Yes.
Meyer.
yes,
Kraus.
Yes.
Okay, we have the March 18th meeting. Were there any changes to that? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a second? Any questions? Roll call.
Kraus.
Yes.
Meyer.
yes,
Caperos.
Yes.
Whaling.
Yes.
Basil.
Yes.
Clerk's report.
Total tax income received since February, $185,732.65. Also want to remind everyone to remind your neighbors and friends to complete the 2020 census forms online or by phone. The national self-response rate is 48.1%. The Illinois rate is 52.5%, and Beecher is at 61.6%. So we're ahead of pretty much everybody else. But we still got 38% to go, so don't forget to fill yours out and remind those you know to fill theirs out too. That's all I have.
Anyone from the audience wish to address the board? Okay, with that, for the benefit of our residents and the public, obviously we're all wearing masks and we're practicing social distancing. The mask is obviously the new order of the day. Just like to remind everybody while you're out and about to practice social distancing, sanitize, avoid groups of any size, and now remember to wear your mask. I honestly think that our residents are doing a fantastic job of obeying and behaving like my parents used to tell me. I think we're doing a great job. Keep up the good work, and sooner than later, let's hope we'll all get through this as we work as a team. I just want to remind everybody, and I don't think we need to go through everything all over again. It's on our website, all our information. But we are still here. We're providing essential services, and if you need anything, please call the Village Hall, consult our website, or our Facebook page. And with that, that's all I had. Trustee Basil?
Okay, the payment of the bills, does anyone have any questions or concerns on the bills?
I have a couple. The DCAT Industries, this says the new police squad, that's an EMA vehicle.
I believe that's the HHR, I made a mistake. I thought it was a pickup truck, yes.
No, that's on the street without stripes. Apparently it's not gonna get it anytime soon. But was that taken out of the EMA budget or the?
Yeah, I don't know, wherever the chief assigned that account, I don't know.
Okay, it should be out of the 05 account, not 06.
It should be, yeah.
Okay.
I'll go look real quick.
And on that too, I talked to the chief today, the NEMR bill. We were gonna hold that back to see what's going on with them, since they're not providing any training and we're not doing that. He's gonna check to see what their agenda is for the rest of the year, if they have one. We want to hold that $1,710 so we can find out what's going on with training, because there just is no training going on, so. I don't
So
think we should-
pull the NEMR bill out? Okay.
Yes,
Yes, EMA.
it is EMA.
Yes.
Did you have a question about the pickup truck? Chief's on the line here. I didn't know if you heard.
No, I talked to him about it.
Thank you.
And then Jeanette, you want to hear they want the NEMR bill pulled.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? If not, I'd like to make a motion approving the bills for the prior month of March for $339,016.76.
The motion on the floor, is there a second?
No.
Well, the chief is $1,710.
You gotta take out.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, we have to pull out the 1,700, how much was it, 17?
$1,710 to NEMR.
that'd be 338, 306, 76.
No.
No?
Yeah, I did it in my head.
$337, $306, $76.
337. So it was 307, 306, 76, John?
337,
Yeah,
306,
676.
76.
So I'll make a motion to approve the bills for $337,306.76.
Motion on the floor. Now is there a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Basil,
Yes.
Whaling,
Yes.
Caprows,
Yes.
Meyer,
yes,
Kraus,
Yes.
Okay, Trustee First.
Consider an ordinance authorizing entry into a water supply loan agreement with the IEPA. This ordinance will allow the village to apply for the loan, provide alternate bond authority to cover any non-payment. The loan will be for an amount not to exceed $4,126,250. All of that plus $61,000 of the loan will be forgiven, since we are in a high need category. The program may look a lot different after this round of applications, so we have to continue down the path getting this program at Beecher. This will be the final step in the process that the board has to take. So, if there's no questions, I'll go ahead and, you got a number, Jeanette?
1326.
1326, Mayor, thank you. I'll go ahead and make a motion approving ordinance 1326, authorizing entry into the water supply loan agreement with the IEPA.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a second? Any questions? Roll call.
Kraus,
Yes.
Meyer,
yes,
Caprows,
Yes.
Whaling,
Yes.
Basil,
Yes.
Trustee Basil.
All right, let's consider an ordinance of supplemental appropriation for fiscal year 2019-2020. Over the course of the past year, the village board has to cover some expenses, authorized the purchase of some equipment that was not in the budget or part of our original appropriation. This ordinance makes those adjustments as required by law. All of these funds have already been spent, so there is no new spending authority provided with this ordinance, and it has nothing to do with the present state of the emergency we are in. So ordinance number 1327?
Yep.
So I'd like to make a motion approving ordinance 1327 of supplemental appropriation for fiscal year 2019 and 2020.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a second? Any questions? Roll call.
Basil,
Yes.
Whaling,
Yes.
Caprows,
Yes.
Meyer,
yes,
Kraus,
Yes.
Okay, consider a resolution authorizing line item transfers in the budget to cover prior spending in the current fiscal year. Like the ordinance above, this resolution cleans up some line items that went over or under, including the supplemental appropriation items above. Again, this gives no authority to spend more, just adjust the current budget to reflect the spending that did occur. So, resolution
2020-07.
So I'd like to make a motion authorizing resolution 2020-07, authorizing line item transfers in the budget to cover prior spending in the current fiscal year.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a second? Any questions?
Yeah, so Bob, just help me out here. So this basically just kind of clears up with the auditors what we've been
Exactly.
tagged for before on our audits, that
We want to
the
have,
supplemental appropriations, but a line item may go over, and we're covering it within the certain funds or departments, but we're not actually doing the line item transfers. This cleans that up then.
yeah, it cleans up what we've already done. Police department, there were several Like you used more part-time but less or less full-time because we had no full-time positions for several months.
Yeah,
So we had to move that money over to part-time and overtime to cover what happened
yeah,
there.
that's just making
Yeah,
sure.
and then we had the lawsuit that we had to cover for legal expenses, so that's what we're doing.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Kraus,
Yes.
Meyer,
yes,
Caprows,
Yes.
Whaling,
Yes.
Basil.
Yes.
Consider a motion authorizing payment to Beecher and Woman in the amount of $17,898.79 for construction management services related to the wastewater treatment plant upon receipt of IEPA loan funds. I'll go ahead and make a motion authorizing payment to Beecher and Woman in the amount of $17,898.79 for construction management services for the Beecher wastewater treatment plant upon receipt of IEPA loan funds.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second, any questions? Roll call.
Basil,
Yes.
Whaling,
Yes.
Caprows.
Yes.
Meyer,
yes,
Kraus.
Yes.
Any old business coming before the board?
Where are we at with budgets? I know
I can answer that. I'll do the good news first, then the bad news. The good news is, it's not gonna affect the current fiscal year that we are in. State revenues lag 60 to 90 days behind, so we're gonna end this fiscal year, I think, in the black. The bad news is, next fiscal year is going to be a disaster. The problem is, we don't have any numbers yet to tell us exactly where we're gonna be. My projection as of Friday is general fund is gonna take a hit of 198,000. In anticipation of that number even getting worse, I have met with the department heads, and we've identified $450,000 of cuts we can make to the general fund, and not furlough or lay off anybody. That being said, there will be no flowers this year. There will be no new parkway trees. Everything is being cut to the bone. I hope within the next 30 days to have a budget workshop of some type, even if we have to do it like this. And this week I will release these two reports. One report is the estimated loss of revenues, the other report is the budget cuts that the department heads believe they can live with. No new squad car, no station renovation, all the stuff that we've been working toward is gonna have to be delayed for a year. That's gonna be called skip a year. We may not be able to park the playground, but cut that. Things like that have to be cut.
So what happens when May 1st rolls around and the board has not approved the budget?
You live on the existing appropriation, you can't pass a new one. You have to by law by August 1st. You have 90 days. Under this pandemic, they're probably gonna give you longer. But we are operating without a budget. It's the first time in my career that we've ever had to do that.
Okay, so the bottom line is we will sit down as a board, we will go over our budget, because I understand these are extraordinary times, but when we do a budget, the board sits down, the elected officials sit down, they make those decisions. Not the administrator, not the department heads, it's ultimately up to the
And I'll
board,
cry
correct?
one step further, not even me. I assured everybody at the last board meeting, that's why we said we got a 3-month period. We will sit down, we will talk about the budget. If this continues like this, we will at least have a budget workshop like this. We will not do anything until the board sits down and talks about it, I assure you.
Okay.
Unless something that I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, but
I'll
I
release
promised you
those
that
reports.
last meeting.
I'll release those reports this week, I'll get them out. But look at your proposed budget, not the current budget.
Okay.
So the cuts are to the proposed budget, not the current budget we're in, which is gonna expire May 1st.
We have no desire, thoughts to do anything any different. We will all meet together, because I know it means a lot to you guys. And by rights, I think that's the right thing to do.
So May 1st, we just continue what happened April 3rd, what's the last day of April,
Yeah.
30th, 31st?
Yeah, everything's basically frozen, yeah.
And then, like, we stopped all expenditures. I mean, we even stopped the current flowers. We know next year probably there's gonna be no flowers. We don't know what the revenue's gonna be. Truthfully, I'm sort of glad we are waiting a little bit, because they've been trying to come up with estimates of what we're going to lose, and we don't know what that is. So while he and the department heads have made cuts, maybe we made too many cuts. I don't think so. Not from what we're hearing. We still don't have any relief coming from anybody yet for the local governments like us. But that may change, which we still may not be able to do anything. Even the quiet zone's on hold. We had a $40,000 order of delineators that we did place the order. And the first time we called them back to cancel the order, they said no. We called them back a second time, and then they said yes. So everything's been put on hold as far as just about everything that we could, until we find out where we're gonna be in the future.
So how does that, I guess, how does that work, or how does the decision made that stuff that the board's already approved that are now be putting on hold? They're not future expenditures, current expenditures that the board's already said yes to. That
Like-
how we, that, there's a quiet zone, is that future expenditure? I mean,
That's
isn't
such a
that money
large
that we spent in the past already?
That's just a large expenditure. I think we should play it safe and not spend that money.
I'm just using an example.
Yeah, I know,
I'm not talking about that.
I can't think of anything else. We did place the order for the flowers, which actually come out of this budget, and even though it was only $700 some odd, I said no. I
So we
stopped.
paid a $100 cancellation fee.
I just don't, right now, I don't think we should be spending anything that we don't really have to, except something that we were already committed to. When I say committed to, ordered and can't cancel.
Now, if a truck breaks down or something like that, we'll get it fixed.
So anything that's not here already is being canceled, even if it's been prior approved?
Yeah, but again, I don't know what that would be. The only thing I knew was the quiet zone and the flowers.
That's the only two.
Doing
And the
meters.
parkway trees.
That was it.
How deep are we into this quiet zone to be canceled?
We're deep.
We're deep, but we don't have any permits yet, so we don't need to order the materials until we get our permit.
Yeah.
Are all the studies and everything else, are they gonna expire at some point?
No, I think we're okay. I think we're fine there.
So I don't think we wanna pay all those fees again, you know?
That would be taken under consideration if in fact we get to that point. I don't think we are. So, is that what's concerning you, the quiet zone?
No, I just was curious how was the decision made on what the board's already approved, and then for who, somebody is saying no to it.
I said no.
Like, I don't know how that,
But again, I
I
don't
was
think,
more of asking how that works.
You know, I'm not saying no, I think we're just delaying. It's not no. You
yeah,
guys make that
I mean,
decision.
an issues come before the board, whatever it is, the board votes however they vote, yes or no, whatever it is. And then a decision's made to change the way the board has said to go.
okay,
That's
again,
what I'm getting at, I'm just asking how.
yeah, and just day and time, I'm in a disaster declaration that I made, okay, which I intend to continue because now the state's continued for another, until at least one more time. And I think that's probably gonna be the last time, that's what in my opinion, okay? The only thing we've done is what Bob has said, okay, I'm probably using the wrong word, all we're doing is postponing until we see where we're at and what we're doing.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep us apart. I don't even like this getting together because of the virus, not because we're not sitting here talking. It's just that, again, I think we should not meet as a group as often as we used to. And if anything does come up that we have to do, we certainly will meet, like for instance, this ordinance today. But I believe under the governor's declaration, we have to limit ourselves to only things that has to be done. Not general business, has to be done. So I think we can just wait a little bit and see where we're gonna be at.
Well, next month's bills are still old fiscal year. The first time you spend money out of the new year is June 15th. So we should try to get something done by June 15th, I would think.
I'm hoping by May 15th that we'll know where we're going. Yeah, that's what
Do you gotta redo the declaration, or have you, or?
I have
Because that
not yet.
was due to expire, what, the 18th?
Next weekend, no, the 18th is when the ordinance was created. I didn't sign it till like the 24th. I held off.
But I mean, you're just allowed to renew it, like what,
Every 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah, every 30 days. Okay, so, but as far as, I'm with you on everything you said, but, which I didn't think about the quiet zone until it just came up, but, I mean, that would be a concern of mine, like Scott said, I mean, we're deep into this, so.
You believe me,
I
you
do
know-
not wanna see this,
You know how much I wanted it done, so I
Yeah.
have no intentions of, if we get to a point where we have to throw that away, anything we do, where we have to begin to spend money all over again, no, we have to come back to the table, we have to figure out what we're gonna do.
and then as far as the other comment you brought up about meeting like this, I think we're being smart, we're being safe about it, we maintain spacing, there's 7 people in this room. It's a big room, we're all far apart, everybody's wearing their masks, I mean, I think it's important that we conduct business still, so. I appreciate us still gathering like this and getting the business done.
I
for those
completely
who need to
understand,
do
but I believe the way we interpret the executive order, I don't think we can with allowing that, we have to limit to what we do. Am I not correct?
That was the governor's order, I believe.
The
limits
what?
to I believe the governor's order limits, meetings to essential business.
And the village business is an essential business?
Well, certain
Well-
items I think of the village business aren't essential. I would have to look at the terms of the order.
Okay.
I wouldn't even recommend this today, except by the advice of attorney, he was suggesting that this, because of business, because it's essential, it has to be done, otherwise we have to do $3 million.
Yeah, we authorized the loan agreement, I would say that's essential business. We paid bills, I'd say that's pretty essential business.
Hopefully by May 1st, we'll know a little more, hopefully.
I would, again, my guess is gonna be May 15th.
How's things going with the employees?
Employees are doing good, as far as I know, they're on split crews still.
How's that
Public
working?
Works is full crew, but they're
I'm
reporting
sorry,
to
you're
two
right.
different locations now. All Public Works are working,
Okay.
but the Village Hall's still on split crew because we have a limited environment here.
Yeah, we split Donna and I because we both know how to do accounts payable and payroll to make sure that those have continuity. Donna and I both can have remote access to our computers from home, so we can do, other than some printing and things, I can do most of what I do at my desk here. And then, I'm sending a lot of things home with Patty, she's doing business license renewals. She can write up dog tags, contractor's license. And I'm having everyone in the office give me a list of what they're doing at home, so that I know that we're all being productive. So I have a list of that in my office, and we've actually been staying real busy.
So they're not necessarily being furloughed, they're just working from home that day.
Correct. Correct.
And then Public Works changed a little bit because discussion with Matt was that they were afraid if they don't come in full crew like they're doing starting today, that they're gonna get so far behind, they're not gonna be able to catch up with all the grass cutting in. So they're splitting their shift, they're all here and all that, so we're still doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, they don't work as closely together as we do, and we can work from home and they can't, so.
We'll survive, this is weird, very bizarre, so.
Like I
But
said, let's hope that what we're hearing today is very optimistic.
the general fund is gonna take the biggest hit. MFT is gonna take a hit, but they just jacked up the taxes that we never budgeted to spend, so I'm not too worried about MFT. Infrastructure is gonna take somewhat of a hit. Well, all we were doing in infrastructure was banking money for the Penfield Street job, so we're okay there. Water and sewer, we reversed the credit
Why
card
do you feel
charges.
infrastructure will take such a big hit?
It's gonna take a hit because it's a half-point sales tax, it funds infrastructure.
Why do you think that's gonna be such a big hit?
The sales tax is gonna be significantly hit on fuel and hospitality industries. You think there's gonna be a hit to sales tax? Because groceries, aren't sales tax for the half point. You don't get half a point on groceries for infrastructure. They waive that. So I think that infrastructure is gonna take a bigger hit. Water and sewer, not so bad. We waived penalties for a while, and we reversed the credit card charges. So we're gonna take a little bit of a hit, but we have some cuts that we can make to cover those. So I think we'll be fine, as long as our cuts to general don't go over 450 grand, our revenue loss in a year. And right now, we're projecting about 200, so we still got cushion. But I agree, I think probably making a budget by May 15th is probably gonna become essential. And we've delayed it as long as we can, we're gonna have to do it.
Any other new business or questions? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a second? Any questions? Roll call.
Kraus,
Yes.
Meyer,
yes.
Caprows,
Yes.
Whaling,
Yes.
Basil.
Yes.
Everybody just stay seated, man.
Finish up.